What's up, people? What's up, Supreme? Supreme.
What? Oh shit.
Oh, sorry. What's up, Supreme? What's the word I was looking for?
Beings.
No, Supreme
Lovers.
I'll figure it out.
People.
Nah. Supreme superior vessels.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyone that watches our videos, Supreme. What I just said?
Superior vessels.
Superior vessels.
I don't feel like you really want to say that because you didn't even remember.
No, I'm tired, man. Why are we tired? Because we're on tour, baby. Woo! We're on tour. We're in Germany right now in a hotel room, tired and beaten up and thirsty. And if you want to find out why we're thirsty, then head over to Patreon. We've got a lot of stuff there. As I always say, this is the PG-13. Actually, it's not even a PG-13. This is the what's the below PG-13? Is it just the P?
U.
This is
Universal.
U. This is U. This is a U version of what I sometimes, we want to express what we can't express. So head over to Patreon and see the uncut version where we can really get into stuff and blah 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 blah. Anyway,
Blah 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 blah.
today
yeah.
Go on.
Sorry, no, you finish. I forgot I was supposed to look at the thing.
Yeah, you were. Today we're getting into Black Sabbath. I don't know who is it by. Who suggested this song?
HA.
HA suggested this song. It is called Hand of Doom. Obviously, I think Ozzy Osbourne won Best Rock Album of the Year. I saw some things floating. I think that's what it was. So it's very timely that we listen to this, actually. Timely. So without further ado, let's jump in.
What you gonna do? Time's caught up with you. Now you wait your turn. You know there's no return. Take your empty road. You join the other fools. Turn to something new. Now it's killing you. First it was the bomb. The start spinning round. You fall down to the ground. Feel your body heave. Death hand starts to weave.
Cool, blimey.
Man.
Cool, blimey.
Oof.
That was a long ass song, man.
Oof. Man. Yo.
Is your core blimey because of my core blimey?
I don't think so, but it was a long ass
That was a
song.
long ass song, man. Man, that was a long ass song, man. And whenever I feel that, I just know instantly the pacing of it was just wasn't to my.
See, this is interesting because I can see why for both of us it's a long ass song, but for you it's a long ass song. Like, this is long. For me, it's like, yo, that experience went on for a long time. You know, I was in that place for a long time, enjoying that experience. You see what I'm saying? But I can definitely see that it's a long ass song.
Yeah, I wanted to get off the ride. It's either you enjoy the ride, or you want to get off. You know, it was fun. The first 2 loops were cool. Like, I was like, oh, Uncle Ozzy with that groove, that was nice. I liked the groove at the beginning, the drum groove.
Mm-hmm.
But then when it started repeating the same motive over and over again, and even with the change halfway through the song to a different section, it still wasn't enough thrill and to make me interested in staying on the ride. I wanted to get off. I was like, I'm cool now. I've got my feel. Like, that could have been half of the song, and I would have been cool.
So if that first section was half the length, the middle section half the length, and the end half the length.
Exactly. Then that would have been a very tight song. That would have been a very impactful ride. But then the fact that it just got drug on, it was just like, oh no, it's just we don't need 3 verses. I think there were 3 verses and a bit more. Like, we didn't need all of that. It wasn't not to say it wasn't a great song, because I haven't said that yet. But
You said everything except that.
I mean, I like the groove at the beginning. Do you know what? It's not that I don't
It's
like the
a
song.
good groove.
I like the song. I did like the song up until the point where it was just like, it's just dragging for a bit for a bit too long. I couldn't get into the lyrics too tough, but I'm guessing they were about war. I'm guessing it was about war. I was just getting that vibe that it was like a anti-war, not anti-war, but it was talking about some sort of, I don't know. I was getting that vibe. Also, listening to it, I was like, oh, I've only heard Ozzy Osbourne's voice once, and I'm from a generation where obviously we're on the other side of the pond. So I was born 92. So what I knew of Ozzy Osbourne was the bat, eating the bat, and obviously growing up in a religious household, it was like you don't
eat bats' heads.
Ozzy Osbourne was the poster boy for like hell. It was like this is what hell looks like, you know. Him and is it Kiss? It was like them two were like the poster children for like, this is the sort of music you don't listen to, you're going to hell. So I never knew what his voice sounded like. I've seen him on his reality show.
Oh, mad.
You know, I watched his reality show and all that stuff before I heard his music last year. So to hear him talk and he was like, Sharon, get over it. And
so you never heard his voice? You never heard?
And I was like, how is this guy going to be able to sing?
Voice,
the way
bro.
he talks, Sharon, come here. I was like, oh, this is going to be interesting.
Drugs can be bad.
Right. But he sounds so smooth, like when he sings. So I was like, so when I heard it last year for the first time I think it was with Tate. He's one of the patrons that came on to suggest the song with us.
Okay.
And he reacted with us. And I was like, wow, this guy, he can actually sing. He can actually sing, and I was just surprised. But I was also surprised by how much groove and funk and soul is in the music. Like that drum beat, I just wasn't expecting that off of.
You were expecting death and hell.
Yes, I was expecting death and hell and brimstone.
You're gonna die.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know what ripping a
Lucifer.
eating a bat, you know. I just thought that had a sound, and I didn't think that was I just didn't think that was the sound.
You didn't think the sound of eating a bat was funk.
I didn't think the sound of eating a bat was funk. I just didn't. So I'm always surprised when I listen to the music. So I'm like, yo, that's so soulful, you know. Another thing I want to touch on is the actual recording itself. Now, I think that actual recording, the tone, I think it sounds awful.
Interesting.
And here's my theory, right? Because if you look at all the studios that they would use back in the day, you know, with all the big machines and all the analog gear and blah blah blah. I said that right, didn't I?
You did.
Cool. Whenever you got all that stuff, you know, a lot of artists today want to go back to that and use that for textures and stuff like that. But my thing is like, maybe they just weren't at the level where they could get to this type of sound quality, but they wanted to get here, but they couldn't, because that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. But then people say that is stylistically, it's a style because that's what was around at that time. So now it's a stylistic thing. Now people want so for example, Sex Pistols, infamously they would have holes in their trousers and you know, pins holding it together and all that sort of stuff, and it wasn't a fashion thing. It was because they were born on the breadline, and yo, your jeans are ripped, we got to do a show. But that became a style, and now it's like, oh, we all want our jeans to be ripped. That's what it sounds like.
I feel like both of those points are correct though. I think there's definitely an element of we are limited in our ability, and you only have to keep going backwards to realize that, okay, because there was a point where even some of the basic things that we do now weren't even possible. But then there is also something to be said for the fact that within those limitations, a certain sound is developed and a certain style is developed. That for some people is very nostalgic and really like that could be the pinnacle of that style, so to speak, that the style with limitations based on technology. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like it doesn't sound like you would like it to sound if it was made today, but in the context of when it was made, it's like, nah, this is the sound. This is we want this guitar in your face, in your gut, in your throat, and this kick and snare just up in your whole existence. And it's like, yeah, it sounds rough, but that adds to the texture of the song.
I hear it. Does it though? This is what I was debating in my head. Does it, or is it just like that's what we had? Maybe
if you did a modern remake, you'd be able to see.
A modern remake, that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. It's like, it just reminds me of like, I don't know, man. It just reminds me of one of those things where it's like, it wasn't necessarily thought out like we want to create this particular sonic sound. It's just like, this is what we had. We had this drum kit. We had this kit. Like even mic techniques have changed. Like the way they've mic'd the drums, I can hear that isn't. All
right. So at the risk of going on forever, what about it don't you like?
It's not what I don't like.
No. I'm not talking about the song. I'm talking about the recording.
Oh, the record. It just sounds too harsh. Like everything sounds like maybe it's too much treble. Just.
Okay.
And then the kick just sounds. But obviously, again, it's stylistic. But it just sounds very. Like there's no like. I'm a drum guy, so I like there to be resonance. I like there to you be able to hear, you know, the tone of what it's meant to sound like. The kick just sounds like
so it's too punchy for you.
It's not. It sounds like you putting a beater on a suitcase, and it's just like, there's no resonance. There's no tail.
Okay.
There's no, you know, I don't know. Yeah. But again, that's all stylistic to the genre. But overall, the song was cool. I just wanted to get off after a while because it was a little bit like, you know.
I think I enjoyed it a little bit more than you enjoyed it.
Druggy song? A song that you listen to when you're on drugs?
I mean, I guess there's probably an element of that which could probably take it a bit further.
Now, if that was the case,
So
the
if you
song was too short.
if you were off your head
Yeah,
listening to that song, you'd want it to go on forever.
the song was a bit too short. Yeah, I can
Okay.
see that. But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
If you guys want to suggest anything else, please do. Like, I want to hear. I did like what was the other song we listened to? I forgot the name of the other Black Sabbath song we listened to. I think I liked that song. But yeah, everyone keeps suggesting this particular album. But yeah, suggesting more stuff, man. And
Maybe something that was Helen, Satan, and Lucifer and Bat's Head related, so that you can get that feeling that you want.
yeah, the bat sound. Yeah, let me hear that. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.